Hello, practicum students. It's time for P07 video lesson. Okay, and we're going to talk about supporting early speech, how we can encourage more output from our students when they're giving us a little bit, how we can support that perhaps in your second micro teaching. All right. So what are we going to do? You will be able to identify ways to support students' early speech through demonstrations, and you will also apply those techniques of supporting early speech with sample materials. What are you going to need today? Of course, you're going to need your notebook to take notes. You'll need your webcam for the video part at the end, and your classroom interactions chart as usual. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're actually going to evaluate my demonstrations. So I'm going to do 2 demonstrations of introducing this information gap activity. And just to give you a heads up here, the first one is not that great. So you get a chance to critique my teaching in either the first one or the second one. I'll give you a chance. I'll show you how you'll do that. If I take you right now to your rubric, which is one of the things that's attached to this assignment, you can make any notes about my demonstration on this rubric, about the first and the second. Sorry, this is just a blank page, but the next page is rubric. And here you have a chance to evaluate either my first demonstration or my second demonstration for each of these teaching basics. And my MICs and encouraging student participation. Okay, feel free to give me a score there. Gold star is the best. 1 star is the other end of the spectrum on this rubric. Fantastic. All right, so that's on page 145 if you're interested. So as you watch this demonstration, keep in mind what novice high students can do. I mean, they can speak in full sentences. It doesn't mean they're always going to give you a full sentence, though. But it does mean they're ready for full sentence to produce full sentences, in other words. Like, if I can ask them for a complete sentence and they're ready to give me one. So just like advanced students might get lazy and give you a 1-word answer, and actually that's kind of how native speakers talk anyway. Same thing with these guys. They'll fall back on a 1-word answer, but we want to support that full sentence level and help them to move on to the next level by asking for complete sentences. Okay, they might have some formulas that they've memorized, some common phrasing, and you might go back to a novice mid-level. And keep in mind too that these guys, just because they're all supposed to be novice high, you might have a novice mid in the mix. There might also be a novice low, so we do need to know those skills for working with the lower levels as well. So here's the first demonstration, guys. Make sure you're editing that rubric and that page for notes. Observe what I'm doing. Make any notes you need. Highlight the relevant parts, including the teaching basics. Whiteboard skills, monitoring. It's kind of hard to see monitoring, but am I at least checking in on what the students are doing? Give me a score. If you have more time, if you're interested, you could write out more feedback for me. You could even do a little sandwich at the end, a little feedback sandwich note. Dear Dave, good job doing this. In the future, work on this. And good job doing this. If you're interested, you could do that. All right. Demonstration time. First demonstration. Action. Okay, class. we're going to do a thing. Some of you are student A, some of you are student B, asking questions for the blanks. Write your answers when you get the answers. Ask each other questions. Go. Student 1 is saying, Student 2, Student 3, Student 4, Student 5, silence. Student 6, Student 8. Student 8 knows what's going on. She's saying, S7, where was Stephen on Thursday? S7 is saying, I'm fine, thank you, and you. Wait. Okay, guys, okay. So. Everyone stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. S8 is doing the right thing. Watch what S8 is doing. Okay, she has papers. She's asking the right questions. Everyone be like S8. And S7, that's the wrong answer to the question. No, come on. So, if you have this paper, you have blanks. Okay, if you have this paper, you have blanks. You're asking questions about those blanks. So you can put the answer. See, okay. Look, there's an example. Where was Sarah on Wednesday? She was at the cafe. Right? Because this one has a picture. Yeah, see? Picture, cafe. Right? So you have to know that's a cafe. You have to make a sentence. Okay? So you say Sarah was at the cafe. And then student B can put cafe there. So Stephen, okay, you guys understand? Hello? Okay. Second demonstration. Demonstration number 2. Again, what you're doing is you're just going to observe what happens here and see if you can notice the difference, and you can give me feedback either on the first one or the second one. Here we go. Hi everybody. How is everybody? Hi. Okay, here's what you're going to do. Before we start, ask your partners, how are you today? Go ahead, ask your partners. Ooh, look at this. S1, I'm walking around, I'm listening. S1, how are you today? S2, I'm fine. S3, how are you today? S6, I'm good. S7, how are you today? S8, so far so good. S4, how are you today? S5 is not really talking. Okay, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. S5. Can you ask S6? How are you today? S6, how are you today? Ooh, good question, S5. S6? Good. Let's get a complete sentence, S6. How about a complete sentence? Can you put that in a complete sentence for us? I'm good today. All right, thank you, S6. Thank you, S5. All right. Why? Maybe you can give me a reason, S6. Why are you good today? I am good today because I like this class, and also I'll see my best friend after school. Whoa, that's awesome. I haven't seen my best friend in a very long time. You must really like your best friend. You seem happy. Yeah, she lives far away now, so I'm excited to see her. That's great, S6. That's awesome. So you have something to look forward to. This is really cool. All right. So, let me show you something. What do you see in the pictures? What do you see in the pictures? Ask your partners. What do you see in these pictures? What do you see in the pictures? A school. S3. What do you see in the pictures? S6. Different locations. S7. What do you see in the pictures? S8. A couple's on a date. S4. What do you see in the pictures? S5 is quiet again. That's alright. Well, good job, good job. 1, 2, 3 eyes on me. Here's another question for you. What do they have in common? What do these pictures have in common? What do they have in common? What's the same? What's the same? S5, what do they have in common? What do they have in common? It's okay, take your time. Take your time. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi. Maybe places? Oh, wow, you know what? Everybody, say it with me, these are places. These are places. Very good, S5. You know, I knew you could tell us that. Well done. Okay. Now for the TESOL students watching this, you can really repeat if you'd like. You know, it wouldn't hurt. Why not? Let's think about some places, okay? Each of these pictures, just like we saw before, represents a place. Each of these pictures could be a place. So what place could this be? Oh, what place could it be? Take a moment. What is it? The library. Everyone repeat after me. The library. What place is this? What place is this? The cafe. The cafe. What place is this? Did you guess? A restaurant. Repeat after me. A restaurant. What place could this be? The hospital. Notice the hospital. That article is important. Okay. What place is this? At the park. Huh? The park. This one's tricky. What am I looking at here, huh? What do you think? You guessed it. It's the movies. At the movies. British English, the cinema, right? Oh, what's this? That's right. The museum. The museum. How about this one? The grocery store. The grocery store. If you say the supermarket, that's accepted, right? The grocery store, the supermarket. All right, now we need to make a question. We need to make a question about this person and this day, and we want to get a place. So what word do we need for a place? What word do we need for a place question? You guessed it. Where? 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 What's her name? Where? Sarah? Wednesday. Where? Sarah? Wednesday. What's the question? Say it if you know it. Where was Sarah on Wednesday? Where was Sarah on Wednesday? Repeat after me. Where was Sarah on Wednesday? Now ask your partners. Where was Sarah on Wednesday? Oh, what's the answer? What's the answer? Ask your partners. Where was Sarah on Wednesday? Where was Sarah on Wednesday? Starbucks? Where was Sarah on Wednesday? A coffee shop? Where was Sarah on Wednesday? A cafe? At a Starbucks in Gangnam? Whoa, some creative answers as I walk around. Okay. S8. S8, what did your partner say? She said Starbucks was at a Sarah was at a Starbucks in Gangnam? Whoa. S7, that's a creative answer for sure, but let's try to use one of the words, simple words we just talked about from the pictures. S7. You want to try again? Sarah was at a cafe on Wednesday. Wow, good job, good job. Everyone, at the cafe. She's at a cafe. All right. Do you go to cafes a lot, S7? You like going to the old coffee shop? Yes, I do. I love lattes. I like a latte sometimes, S7. I have my home brew as well. I just turned this video into a mukbang. Sorry about that. All right. So here's that question again. Where was Sarah on Wednesday? And the answer? She was at the cafe. Okay, we'll accept the cafe or a cafe. Very good. All right, Sharon and Sam. Sharon and Sam. Now, we have to change the question, right? So the first word for a place, of course, is going to be where. Where. Say it if you know it. What's the question? Where? Sharon and Sam? Thursday. Where? Sharon and Sam? Thursday. Where were Sharon and Sam on Thursday? Where were Sharon and Sam on Thursday? Very good. Sharon and Sam. Oh, and there's the answer. There's the answer. S1, where were Sharon and Sam on Thursday? They were at a hospital. Very good, very good. But, what day was it, S1? We need the day. On Thursday. They were at a hospital on Thursday. Very, very good. Okay. All right. Thank you for doing that with me, everybody, because, one more time, where were Sharon and Sam on Thursday? Sharon and Sam, Sarah on Thursday were at the hospital. Very good. And now, what we're going to do, we're going to do this activity. Okay? Each of you is going to have a paper. Student A, you know some things. Okay? Student B, you know some other things. Okay? So you have pictures like this. Student A, you know Sarah on Wednesday, there's a picture. You know Sarah on Friday, Sarah on Saturday, and so on. But these blank spots, you want to get your answers by asking the question to student B. For example, where was Stephen on Wednesday? Student B has that answer. Okay? So find that blank space, ask your partner, and then your partner will answer, and you're going to fill in the blank. Okay? Now, everybody, ask your partner, well, what are we going to do right now? What's going to happen right now? Ask your partner. What are we going to do? Ask about the places. What are we going to do? We will ask questions. Very good. What are we going to do? Information gap. What are we going to do? S5. That's okay. That's okay. Now, S2. What are we going to do right now? We're going to ask our partners where the people were on the days. Very, very good. Okay, now before we start, everybody, thank you for asking your partners what we're going to do. Now, go! Where were Sharon and Sam on Friday? At the pool. She was at the library. Where was Sarah on Thursday? Where was Susan on Wednesday? She was Muji. Pakende. S5. S7. Where were Sharon and Sam on Thursday? They were at music. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. Oh, S5. How do we say that in English? Maybe later. Maybe later. All right. And 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. Good job with this activity. Quick question for S4. S4. Where were you on Tuesday, S4? School. Okay, can you tell us in a complete sentence? I was at school. Very good, S4, and very good, everybody. Round of applause for a very good activity. Well done, well done. Now, back to TESOL time. Make sure you evaluate me either for the first demonstration or the second demonstration, and make some notes on the first page as well. Okay, and now it's time for your task, practicum students. So in your individual task slides, which I will show you in a second, there is a video teaching task. And what you're going to do is choose one of the activities and use any of these techniques from the good demonstration, and I'll give you a brief list of those right now, to support your students' early speech. You can use the classroom slide to show at least one expected interaction. So if students are doing pair work, you can show what everybody's saying, like I did. If a teacher is asking one student, you can just show what that one student is saying, like I did, just one little interaction from your plan. And please delete any of the activities you're not using. So if I take you to your individual task slides, they look exactly like what I was just showing you. Okay, so here's one. This one, students make sentences by matching the squares. The boat looked outside, or okay, the little boy skipped. Okay, so they make sentences, and now what you're going to do is you're going to get them to say a little more. You're going to use some of the techniques that I did, like complete sentence, asking for a complete sentence, personalizing, responding to meaning. Okay, S1, S2, all these things are going to get you a little bit more follow-up questions, right? Give an opinion, all these things. So that's activity A. Activity B, this one is just asking questions about, this happens to be about shopping, spending money, this kind of thing. So ask the question and then ask follow-up questions, personalizing, ask for complete sentences, whatever you want to do to get that student talking more. This one, these are just guiding questions that are great for discussion, like, what's something that made you laugh today? What's something, name 3 people you talked to today. All right, there's a lot of good stuff here. By the way, other things that help us to encourage longer speech, you might have noticed from my demonstration, teacher wait time. Okay, you're going to have students who can't produce language right away. Sometimes all you need to do is kind of sit in the silence and count in your head. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. You know, just give it a good beat. And that's not easy to do at first because, you know, we're used to filling that silence. Okay, so you could try using that. TPS can always get you better output because you're giving them thinking time, or just thinking time by itself. Okay, so you can use any of these techniques to get students talking more. This one, activity D, is just based on pictures. You know, just interesting pictures you can get them talking about. This one here, by the way, is a wall of gum, chewed gum. All right, and so as you're doing this, I've also provided you with your classroom slide. This is something I made for this video, and I think it's a fun, kind of cool way to show what students are doing. And you know, you can, like I say, if you want to do a pair work thing, that means everybody is either asking or answering. If you're just asking a student individually, then you just have to show what that student is saying. And I'm not asking for the whole thing, just one interaction. If you want to show a couple of interactions, just duplicate the slide. That's fun. That's fine too. All right. And so as you're doing this, you want to record yourself, okay, with your video, because you are doing a teaching task, so you need to show your video. And just attach that to your individual slides. Attach that video to your individual slides and return it. And I'll give you feedback on that. And again, this is not graded. This is just for participation for a regular class. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I hope at least you got to see some things, and I'm looking forward to seeing your videos for this practicum class. All right, guys. Oh, before I leave you, we have a couple of teaching basics in case you haven't covered them. This is from last week. These are face savers. Face savers, by the way, are a great way to encourage students to talk more too. Okay, it just means you're giving credit for students, giving credit to them for trying. You know, if they give you a wrong answer, we don't need to say that's totally wrong. We don't need to make them feel bad. We can still encourage them. Just say something like, good try, or almost, thank you for trying. You know, not quite, but I'm glad you're thinking. Okay? That's an interesting way to look at it. All of these things can be what we call face savers. Face, by the way, is a concept you will learn about again in ICC. Another thing that's kind of a face saver is giving students the pass option. So what you might do is say, you could actually use a token, like an actual object, and say this is your pass card. You can use it for one question that I ask you. You can use it for one thing today. You can just pass. No questions asked. No one's going to make you feel bad. Everyone gets to pass one time. Okay, so it's a nice way to help the students to feel a little bit more confident and let them know that they have that option. Okay? And our other teaching basic for this week, it seems simple, but it's really important for teachers, and that's body language and gestures. So we know from psychology, for example, that if you stand like this, you're sending the message to the students or to the other people that you don't want to open up to them, you don't want to let them in, right? And you don't want to stand with your back to students for too long, like writing on the whiteboard. Sometimes new teachers will write on the whiteboard, they'll show the students their back, and they're asking questions kind of into the whiteboard. It's not the best way to position yourself, certainly. You don't want to look down at your notes for too long, or you don't want to read a script to them. Don't want to stand in the same place or sit for too long. You want to kind of move around and get around to everybody. So face your students, quickly glance at your notes if you need to, move around the classroom, make yourself available. Hold your arms out, hold your arms to your side, something like this. Okay, and those are your teaching basics. All right, I hope everybody's having a good Chuseok, and I will see you in the classroom. Bye-bye, everybody.